We need to first of all accept that it takes two to tango. We tend to blame the other person and we forget that we have a contribution to what happened.
So good morning, good evening, good afternoon from the area that you are watching us from. It's yet another episode. We must say that we're enjoying doing whatever that you are doing today, talking to women, going through their processes, going through their journeys. And just to remind you, as far as our key objective that is concerned, as far as Women Connect is concerned, is to bring women on board, women that have made it in life to mentor other women that are still upcoming. So feel welcomed. We are here for you to walk this journey with. To our new subscribers, we are so happy that you've trusted the process with us. Tuko na nyinyi kila wakati, kila time, exploring life, experiencing life together, because every day is a learning day. So take our honor to have my guest today. Actually, I was telling her, endo nafaa kuwa nani host. She has been there before me. She has done it before. She has experienced more than I have it, but it's a joy that she's so humble. She has come on board just to be with me and also to support our show. So karibu sana Angela. Mimi rajui nianzie wapi. Actually niko na tension. Ni kama una interview mwalimu wako. That's what I feel today. Yeah. So karibu.
Asante sana.
Na ujipige intro.
Thank you.
Najua uko na majina mingi sana. A lady who wears so many coats, so many hats. So tell us who you are.
My name is Angela Nzilani. I'm a life coach. I'm a mentor. I'm a mental wellness advocate. Yes, and I coach on personal development and corporate training when it comes to staff wellness, such kind of things. I really like walking the journey with the person, and especially the inner person, because we tend to forget the inner person and we are so busy looking at what is happening around us and we forget the inner person. And especially for us women who are, you know, we are carrying so much burden or responsibilities. You know, you have to be beautiful, you have to be cute, you have to be slim but not very slim, you have to be healthy but not fat, you have to
You've talked about that thing, and I remember there's a guy who I asked him,
yes,
what is your preference when it comes to women? Then he was like, not so thin, not so fast. So I was like, no, what is that? So speaking of that, women, we are given so many things to handle and to do and to be, and we can't.
When you're quiet, you're moody, so you speak up, but don't be too loud.
Exactly. Yet not too silent.
Yes.
Ukinyamaza unaambiwa
you have attitude.
Ama you're not vibing.
I tell you.
Yes.
Yeah, so I walk the journey with other women. I was at a place where I was mimi mwenyewe. I was at a place where I needed that. And I didn't see so much of women at that time who were coming out or who were out there that I would say, let me go to this one and I know I'll get help. So I decided to really seek what is within me that I can share with others. And you know, many times when we are going through something, we think that it's punishment.
Exactly.
But I came to realize that it is a blessing. It is a bridge for us to step further into our next level or our next step in life. So I embraced that. And I opened a company called Angelique Achievers. I use that to mentor, to coach. And I have another one called Milestone Surety that I use for my corporate trainings. So yeah, walking the journey with others who need this to hear something that can change their lives in one way or another.
Wow, Angela, I know now where the pitch that you've started it with. I know it's where most of women we are at the moment.
Yes.
But we don't know how to go about it. I remember there's another lady I was talking to, I think it was last night. She's going through something as far as marriage is concerned. So she told me, I'm an advocate, I'm a mother, I am a wife, I also do corporate trainings, but my marriage is not functioning. So the only question that came in my mind is, who are you beside those titles? And I think that is something that you've also spoken about, dealing with the inner person.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us, what is that? What is the inner person that we don't understand?
Yeah.
Now when we lay out our titles, I'm an HR, I am a liaison, I am a mother, I am a wife, who is Dorothy inside? And I think that is something that most of the women, we don't know how to uncover.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us how to go about it.
Yeah, the inner person is very different from all those titles. We are very different from those titles, and we need to define ourselves, ask ourselves, if I was stripped of all this money that I have, all these, maybe my children, all the titles, my class, my standards, I don't go to play golf anymore, or I don't have this job as a lawyer or as a doctor, or who am I? Who are you without all this? Because all these are, it's like they are shells that tend to cover who we truly are. And we cannot discover who we are without first understanding where we come from. So what is your source? Who is your source? And we are children of God, first of all.
Sure.
We are first children of God. We are, He's Almighty, He's Omega. And He's the one who controls everything. He's the source that made you have all those titles. So where do you come from as a person? And for that source to bring you into existence, they had a reason. And what is that reason? So that now draws us down to look into what is my purpose on earth. And you could be a teacher, that's a career, that's a job, but what is your purpose? What is your purpose? And your purpose is, you were created for humanity, not just for yourself. You're not here to just exist and vanish
and make money and have a soft life.
We have a legacy to live on earth. God created us so that we can take care of His creation, and part of the creation we have here is humanity. So what is your purpose? Even if it's just doing something to the environment, or for the environment, or like cleaning there are some people who organize events for cleaning up like towns, or cleaning up rivers, or it doesn't have to be like you have to talk to people like the way you have this beautiful show.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be like that. And we tend to copy paste because we think that because somebody is shining in their purpose, if I do what they are doing, I will also shine.
Exactly.
But it doesn't work like that. You have to really have the discernment to recognize, to know and identify what your purpose is, and then you start living it. Now, how do we get down to that?
Exactly, because that is now the process. We don't know. I don't know whether, Angela, you've met with people, they are very stressed, they are very depressed, they are financially stable, and they have good jobs.
Yes.
Now you wonder, what is nini nakusumbua? Suko na pesa. Ebu tuambie.
And unasema, if I could get just an eighth of what you have,
I would be living large. Hata hiyo stress uko nayo mimi singekuwa.
I wouldn't be stressed at all.
Your soul is troubled. Yes. So maybe you tell us why.
Actually, for me, I think I started living after I discovered what my purpose is. And my purpose is like what I said before, helping other people heal from what they have been through, because we really don't have these things readily available. So I help other people to also heal. And for you to discover your purpose, I said that you need to know who your source is.
Sure.
Go even back to the drawing board, to the basics of life. What were you taught in Sunday school? What did you learn in Sunday school? Like for me, I asked myself, what did I learn in Sunday school? What are those? Where did it begin? why did God really create me?
Exactly.
And I remembered that in Sunday school we used to recite, God created me to know Him, to love Him, and to serve
To
Him.
worship
And when
Him.
I die, I will go to
heaven.
heaven.
And see Him.
So
And that's the story of every child.
yes. So I know who God is, yes. I know that I love Him, and I know I praise Him. You know, I sing all the songs, I go to church and all that. But how do I serve Him? How do I serve Him? So I started yearning to get to understand how I serve Him. Now, purpose is something you were born with. It is yours. Your purpose is yours. No one can take it away from you. If I like the people who make pencils, they make it for writing. A pen is for writing. Whether it is used for writing or not, the purpose still stands.
Remains.
It is constant.
Yeah.
It never goes anywhere. So your purpose, the reason why God created you, exists within you from birth. You're already living your purpose, but you don't know.
Sure.
So you have to ask yourself, what is that one thing that when I do to people or for people, I feel fulfilled.
And you feel happy.
I feel happy. And what can I do? If I had all the money in the world and time, what would I do with my time so that I feel fulfilled? That's where your purpose lies. So I remembered, I used to, now after realizing that this is what I want to do, when I do this, I feel fulfilled. When
Either
I talk
you are
to
paid
people,
or you are not paid,
whether I'm
there is
paid or
that
not,
satisfaction
actually.
in your heart.
It is very easy for you to do pro bono when you're, you know, when you're living your purpose. It's very easy for you to go to churches and offer your services. If you're an accountant, you just want to continue educating other people about it. Even when you have a job as an accountant or a firm as an accountant.
Actually, there's another person who was telling me, even me, I struggled. I really struggled to know what my passion was and what my purpose was. So someone told me, Dorothy, the moment you're doing something, either you are paid and you're not paid, and you feel okay.
Yes.
That is it.
That is it.
That is it.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, Angela. And by the way, you're beautiful. As
Thank
anyone I'm looking at you and I'm like, this woman, oh.
You're talking like
She's
you've just seen me today.
She's beautiful in and out.
Thank you.
She has gone through the healing process, Mbaka. You just look natural, you're flowing. And that is where women, we are struggling.
Yes.
And now some of us carry a lot of pain, a lot of struggles. Some of it from our childhood traumas.
Yes.
Some of it from the relationship that we entered into. And another day, I was talking to another lady, and I was telling her, there's a relationship that I got into, and I became a Taliban. No, a Taliban.
Yeah. Yes.
And then she was like, no, you what ujui. Maybe before I met this guy, I was soft.
Get very vibrant.
I was very quiet. But the moment I entered into this relationship, I became violent.
Yes.
I became very because the relationship, that is how it was meant to be for survival. Because she told me, the guy one time told her, hapa tunakaa ki Afghanistan. So coming from a humble background, a happy family, and then you get yourself into a relationship there where you have to grow Taliban energy, and that lady has taken so much time to heal. And the moment, she quitted the marriage, but up to date she cannot date because she doesn't know who she is from the girl she used to be and the wife she was, the Taliban and the quiet girl. And then the heart is full with so many unforgiveness, so much pain, so much traumas. And then her scary part is she's tending to believe that the life that she has lived in her marriage, there's a possibility now the daughter to be in that pattern. So that is where she is. So maybe you can take us the journey. Tutatoka aje hapo. Taliban, Afghanistan, now to being whole again. Forgiving yourself and understanding you're not the bad one. It is just the situation that you found yourself into that made you grow that character for survival. That is where we are struggling, Angela. We are not healed. Tunapambana.
That is
you see a guy and you're like, you want to take me back there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually that one is even better because I think she's in preservation because she's not indulging into so many others.
Yes.
And getting collecting a pile of heartbreaks or hurts or traumas. So there are two ways that we behave when we go through trauma. Either we continue putting ourselves into that trauma, so we kind of start now becoming addicted to staying in the trauma, staying in the pain. And any life that doesn't have this pain feels very different, feels foreign, like you don't want to live there.
You don't tell I was there at some point. By there I was there. I didn't know how to be happy.
You're addicted to the pain.
I didn't know how to be appreciated.
Yes.
So the moment someone becomes softer on me, instead of now engaging more, I withdraw. Yes. Why are you being soft on me? Yes, things have to be rough.
Yeah. Yes. And you do it unconsciously. You don't even know. It's your subconscious mind that is now acting. It's not the real you who is acting. So now there's this other one who stays away, like, no, now I build this boundary, this block wall, nobody can break it, and I will never flinch. I will never sit with a man to have a cup of tea or what. Nikiona mwanaume ananitaka, I see danger, so I flee. So there are those two ways to be that we behave. I think for me, I'm that first person. I've accumulated, because you break me, I go to the other. But I did know that I was piling up a lot of trauma, and it took me a lot of time to realize that I've really broken, and now it became that anger. So anyone who crosses my path with this smiling face, you wonder what happened, where did it go to? Yeah, so we need to first of all accept that it takes two to tango. We tend to blame the other person, and we forget that we have a contribution to what happened. We have a contribution to what happened. We maybe, okay, I'm talking about relationships. There are other traumas that are beyond that. You know, like if somebody raped you or you were traumatized as a child, you know, that one is different, and that one many times it requires a psychiatrist, somebody who is medically inclined, so that they can also diagnose other ways of healing instead of just processing the thoughts and the subconscious mind. So now talking of relationships, which is what I think is my specialty. It's where we are hurt through relationships, relating with other people, at work, loss of money, community, blah blah, you know, family, intrusion, vitu kama hizo. That one I can deal with. Wow. So those are, now we need to first understand that we have our own contribution into what happened to us. This man did not just insult me while I was just quiet. There's something happened, or there was a relationship that was happening between us, and I contributed. And this person has had a journey of their own. How do I get myself to forgive them? Okay, how do I also get myself to forgive myself for my contribution? Sometimes the contribution could be just not even understanding that huyu mtu ako broken na nilimchukua akiwa broken. Mbona nilichukua broken person?
And love is too much.
I didn't know. But why didn't I not know? Or why didn't I, you know? So it's good to take responsibility, however small. Hata kama yako ni kadot na yake ni kubwa. If you ignore that kadot, you will never be in a position to forgive this person, or even forgive yourself. So you have to look at what was my contribution into this mess. Like myself now, let me give an example of my story. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and my boys are from 2 different fathers. And the first one, I met him when I had just started working. I was single. When I discovered he was married. But when I discovered he was married, I did not flee. Yes, I would say, I can't deal with you. You're married. Namuacha. Then he comes with roses or a flight ticket to Mombasa. Then I say, okay, let me do this one last time.
Let me give it a thought. It might be better.
One last time. Then now the bond is growing.
Exactly.
And because he was mature than myself, I would listen to him and all. So I had been broken from what he was doing and what I was also doing or not doing. Now I come and enter into another relationship where I didn't do my background check properly, and I end up realizing that this person was also married. Once I invested so much in him, I met him when he didn't have anything.
Tunapenda hiyo. Hey, I'll make you whole to fit my interests.
I invested all my money, I was living well.
Yes.
I had a car, I had property. By the time I was living my life, within a year, I was pregnant and I had nothing. Nothing, like zero.
Okay, Auntie.
So now this is I was broken. I didn't deal with it. I continued heaping brokenness, and now I made this other one. I don't do background check. I don't do much. I didn't do much, and I find myself again into a similar situation.
Another one, yes.
So what was my contribution to this? You see, it's not just them. It's not
about
just
now,
them.
Angela.
What is if
what
I
is
don't
it
look
about
at me?
Yes.
I will go back and I will go back and get another one just like that. Or I will never heal. I will never move forward.
And then now to ask you a small question. They always say you attract to what you are.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yes. You're broken, you attract
What
broken.
do you mean? So if you attract broke men.
You're broke, you attract broke.
Broke men. Yeah. Oh my God. I got serious through.
Yes. You are broke, you'll attract broke.
Because I remember another lady was telling me, actually, I don't know what is my problem. I have money, I have car, the independent kind of. But the guy that I attract, when you want a kid,
then you are having a lot of lack within you also.
What do you mean?
It may not be in form of money, but there's a lot of lack within you. So you're looking for something else that will fill you up. And this, broke men are very attractive.
Very sweet.
Wananukia vizuri.
Ndio wanakanga vizuri.
They know where designer mtumbas are sold. Those
naenda wapige gym.
Zinaitwa kamera.
300 by 5 wako Kikomba.
Wanajua camera shots kwenye zinatoka and shoes.
My God.
They know where they are. They can go to those mashimos and get those shoes.
The appearance is stick for them.
And they will smell good because they have time to research on what is the latest.
While other men
cologne.
are working, wao wako kwa Google. The latest. Yes. Oh my God.
And they have time. So they will talk to you in the, as women, we like what? Attention, yes.
Being talked to. Hi, how was
they have the time to craft all these messages.
Yes. How was lunch? As if we bought that lunch.
Yeah, they have time.
Yes.
And that is what you want. That is what you lack. You lack attention.
Yes.
So you will end up getting it. You will not go for that person who has, if it is dinner, tunasema, can we meet at A&L Hotel at 8
yes.
for dinner? I only have 2 hours. And then unapata kuna mwingine after 5 ako hapa anakungoja.
Freelancer. Give me the schedule of
picking
tonight.
You from work.
Oh my God.
And coming for you. Eddie, yes. Now he even becomes your driver because
your car.
Yeah, in your car. So I have a driver. He's attractive. He's talking to me. He listens.
Guys, they never have money. So most of the time, because of the lady that we are, utapata hizo dates mnazifanya for that.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ka drink unaenda unanunua mnakunywa. Haki ya mtebeni.
Yani na mnakuwa it's also serene. You're sitting in a car in a certain, you're just observing
ukidanganywa.
Observe to serenity ya dunia vile inakaa.
What? I'm telling you.
Na by the time hata 4 hours will go without noticing. And they've gotten into your heart, they've gotten into your head, now you cannot even get them out of your system. You end up sleeping with them. You don't want to lose them, and they want to get you quick, so they make sure they sleep with you very fast. As women, we don't sleep with men just for the sake of it. It's not for relief. We get attached. We are looking for belongingness. Men are looking for relief. They're looking for, they are chasing. They've gotten you, now
they are done.
Yeah.
They are done. So how do you break that brokenness so that you now start attracting your class? Let me just say your class. The men of your vision.
Yeah.
That you can walk now the journey of life now. Removing the lust. You know, some things you enter into them because of lust aspect.
Yeah.
And also, is it infatuation? But I know as a woman, it teaches a point. You are no longer infatuated or driven by lustful thoughts. But now you are in a place where you want to actualize your life as far as family is concerned, finances are concerned, and even your growth.
Yeah.
So getting now from the brokenness that you were into to now another life, how do you go about it?
Now, I think this is where we have to invest in our own personal development. We develop ourselves. We have to work on things that really make the inner person a better person.
Not what people see.
Not what people
what
see.
What you feel.
But exactly. What you feel from within. Who am I from within? Am I content? Like now that woman we just described, who has money and ends up attracting a broke, very smart, cute, smelling good guy.
Exactly.
Why did you attract that guy? There was a void. How do you fill up that void? You need to start discovering, who am I? Self-awareness. Work on your self-awareness. Get to do things that are building you up into the person you are from within. When we talk about self-awareness, it's the state of being aware and being conscious. Awareness is not knowledge. Awareness is being in the present. So we tend to live in the future and in the past, but we never live in the present. And now that kind of a woman is living in the future because she's feeling a void and she wants to fill it up. And this filling up exists in the future. So she's trying to look for what can fill me up.
At the
moment.
And
she's broken and she's trying to avoid the pain by filling herself up from the future. Instead of asking myself, what can I do now to make myself better? If it is meditation, I need to meditate, declutter my mind. There's something that meditation is something that we take for granted.
Exactly.
We don't know whether it is, we feel like ni kama ni kitu some kind of insanity. Ya wazungu si yetu.
Yes.
But meditation has a way of decluttering your mind. Every part of our body declutters. We cry, tunatoa asubuhi ukiamka unapata vitu kwa maskini, mapua when you feel like when you go to a cold place kama sahi kuna ka breeze. I already feel like my nose is wet kidogo. Our skin declutters, we sweat. We go to the toilet, we cleanse our internal organs.
Yeah, sure.
But the head, who declutters the head? We have to intentionally declutter it. So we have to meditate. We have to journal, writing down, emptying what is bothering you from the mind and put it in a maybe a notebook or tablet or just write it somewhere. It's even biblical. In Habakkuk 1-3, write down your revelations. Na hizo vitu zote unafikirianga zinakutesa, unawaza ziko in the future. Just put them down and they will come to pass in the right time. Pray over them and they will come to pass. It's biblical. So we have, and now when it comes to meditation, be still and know that I am God. Meditation is putting yourself in a place of stillness. that's creating a void and filling it up with the Holy Spirit. You will come to realize that the Holy Spirit has even better decisions than myself, has, you know, a better direction than myself, and all these things that I'm dreaming about that are in the future, you give them to that Holy Spirit, and somehow it will come to pass. So invest in your own self-awareness, invest in forgiveness. And when I say investing, it doesn't have to be money. Be intentional about what you watch on your phone. Be intentional about when I search on Google or on YouTube. Am I just going through reels, shorts? Am I going through just what pops up? But am I intentional in what I'm putting into my head?
Yeah, sure.
So we have to be intentional about the information we are putting in ourselves. We have to be intentional about meditation. We have to be intentional about even working on our own emotions. How do we work on our own emotions? That Taliban, how do you get to hear that Taliban?
It's a process. I'm telling you, it's a process, and I know it is. I'm not the only person who struggled with that.
Yeah.
People have gone through pain, and especially women have gone through pain, but people don't know how to get, you know, out of it.
Yeah.
And the way you've said the issue to do with meditation, we will try. We will try.
Yes.